Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to make a video on the symptoms that I have had during my second trimester in my second pregnancy. We got to find out the gender of baby this trimester, and it's amazing how different my symptoms have been this pregnancy to what they were last pregnancy. Even though we are having the same gender, I was completely convinced that it was going to be the opposite just because of how different things have been. However, despite all that, I can't really complain about the symptoms that I've had. My pregnancies have both been very easy. I'm very lucky. I just thought it'd be nice to share these symptoms with you as I did the first time round. Most people say that the second trimester is a lot easier than the first and third. You have a lot more energy, you're not as tired, any feeling of nausea disappears, and I have found that that has been the same for me. I had a lot of nausea in the mornings when I used to wake up. Those feelings of sickness went away. During the first trimester I was very hungry pretty much all of the time. That did kind of carry on into my second trimester, but it was just on and off. So some days I would feel very hungry, other days I'd feel so bloated, and then other days I would just snack on things rather than have full meals. So things have just been a little bit hit and miss with that. I did have food poisoning a couple of times during the second trimester, and they happened like 2 weeks apart or something. So I don't know if my stomach has just been a little bit more sensitive to what it would normally be. Though I can see why the food poisoning could have happened. I don't typically suffer from food poisoning. It's very rare that I have an upset stomach. So for it to have happened twice during my second trimester, I do wonder if my body is just a little bit more sensitive now that I am pregnant. The heartburn also started in the second trimester. It's not been as bad as it has been in my first pregnancy, but it's just not fun. And that can affect your appetite as well. So I've been taking the Gaviscon tablets rather than the liquid. I find them to be a lot more helpful. I just don't think the liquid works as well. But like I said, it's not been as bad this time round. It's not every day. And then in terms of cravings, I've really enjoyed sour sweets. I've always been a big fan of sweets. But I've really enjoyed the sour ones during this trimester. Things like toxic waste, anything with sherbet in it, brain liquor, that sort of stuff. And then sometimes I'd really want some fresh foods, fresh salads, fresh cucumbers, tomatoes, celery sticks, carrot sticks, that sort of stuff. I did have a lot more energy. I started to nest a lot and bought furniture for the baby's clothes and toiletries and stuff like that. Started buying things for the hospital bag for when baby comes. So all that has been really exciting, and it just makes things feel a little bit more real, especially when you're not having very many symptoms. Your symptoms start to disappear. You kind of forget sometimes that you are pregnant. So being able to nest kind of just reminds you of what's to come. Other not so fun symptoms have been aches and pains. So I have felt some pain just in my stomach, aches and pains in my hips, a little bit like sciatica feeling, feels a little bit like a nerve being trapped. I think it's just from standing up for long periods of time. I think my body just gets a little bit tired. Backache from sleeping. It's been really difficult to find like a comfortable position. It's becoming more difficult to roll over in bed as well, and I can feel baby really low down. So I don't know if he's head down already, but yeah, it just feels like baby is quite low. I've also had quite a bit of wrist pain in this hand, especially just here. I have had to buy a wrist support band because it has been quite painful. I don't know if it's to do with all the typing that I have to do at work. So yeah, that's been quite an issue during this trimester as well. And then one of the worst symptoms I've had during this pregnancy is itchy skin. My skin has been so itchy, my stomach has been really itchy, my chest has been really itchy, and it's been driving me crazy. But that is definitely the biggest symptom that I've had during this trimester. I've also suffered from bleeding gums, and this is every time I brush my teeth I notice there's bleeding, and this has been from the first trimester throughout the second trimester. So I have spoken to the dentist about it, and they've said that it is normal during pregnancy. And then around about 21 weeks is where I've felt some Braxton Hicks contractions. These are practice contractions that your body goes through. They're not painful, you can just feel your stomach go really hard. It just feels like a little bit of tightening. They don't really hurt, and then they last just a few minutes, and they're not very regular. So don't worry about it if you are experiencing it as well. It's very normal. And then finally I have noticed some darkening of the skin. So my underarms have gone a little bit darker, around my neck. I've also got the line that's going down my stomach, that's starting to appear as well. and I'm sure that it will get darker as the pregnancy goes on as well. A fun symptom that I got was feeling baby move for the first time. I think I felt him at 19 weeks, which can be a little bit earlier than others feel their baby. They usually say about 20, 21, 22 weeks. And with my last pregnancy, I had an anterior placenta. So my placenta was at the front and it masked a lot of the baby movements. I couldn't always feel him. I was constantly calling up the midwife saying I can't feel my baby, but this time round my placenta isn't at the front and I can feel this baby move all the time, which was so reassuring because you just know that everything is okay. So that's obviously been the best symptom I've had this pregnancy. I'm just glad that everything is going really well and I hope it continues into the third trimester. I'll make a separate video on how the third trimester has been. Of course, I'll make a video once baby is here as well, like I did last time. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave any comments down below if you have any questions, and I'll see you next time. Take care. Bye!